All eyes are now on Samsung's next-generation book-style foldable, the much-rumored Galaxy Z Fold 8 Wide, which is expected to introduce a bold new form factor and a tablet-like inner display. According to fresh leaks from reliable tipster Ice Universe, Samsung is taking a noticeably different design approach with the Fold 8 Wide, aiming for a thinner profile and a more productivity-focused aspect ratio that closely mirrors Apple's iPad. The Galaxy Z Fold 8 Wide is said to feature revised dimensions compared to earlier reports, with Samsung apparently fine-tuning the hardware to balance portability, usability, and durability. The upcoming foldable is tipped to measure 82.2 x 123.9 x 9.8 meters when folded, expanding to 161.4 meters when unfolded, while coming in at an impressively slim 4.3 meters thickness in its open state. That makes it thinner than the recently launched Huawei Pura X Max, and also slimmer than earlier leaks that suggested a 4.9mm unfolded thickness. For a large book-style foldable, these numbers signal a major push toward a sleeker, more refined device that feels less bulky in the hand and more natural as a tablet replacement. Beyond the physical footprint, the most striking change is in the inner display's aspect ratio. Earlier rumors hinted at an aspect ratio somewhere around 16:10, which would have provided a fairly standard widescreen tablet experience. However, this latest leak claims that Samsung has instead opted for a 4.3 aspect ratio on the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Wide's main display. That is a significant shift and one with major usability implications. A 4.3 aspect ratio is the same format used by Apple's iPad lineup, and is also what many reports suggest Apple will use for its own foldable iPhone or foldable device down the line. This squarer, more traditional tablet ratio is less cinematic than 16.9 or 16:10 for watching widescreen videos, since you'll see larger black bars around content. However, it is often considered superior for productivity, reading, and general app usage, especially in vertical and split-screen layouts. On a foldable like the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Wide, a 4:3 aspect ratio could make multitasking, document editing, web browsing, note-taking, and ebook reading feel more natural, giving users more vertical content and a layout that feels closer to a small tablet rather than a stretched mini laptop screen. This could appeal strongly to power users, professionals, and those who prioritize productivity and workflow on the go over purely media-focused use. Samsung's decision to pursue this form factor may also be a strategic response to growing competition in the foldable market. With Chinese manufacturers experimenting aggressively with thin, large-format foldables and Apple expected to eventually enter the foldable space, a thin 4:3 inner display device positions the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Wide as a direct competitor to both traditional tablets and upcoming foldable rivals. The thinner chassis not only improves the aesthetic appeal, but could also enhance comfort during extended use, whether you're holding the device as a book, using it as a tablet, or propping it up for video calls and content consumption. At 4.3mm when unfolded, the Fold 8 Wide edges closer to the feel of a premium tablet while still offering the versatility of a foldable form factor that can collapse into a more pocketable shape. In terms of timing, the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Wide is expected to launch in July, debuting alongside the standard Galaxy Z Fold 8. This suggests that Samsung is planning a dual foldable strategy, where the main Fold 8 continues the more familiar form factor, while the Fold 8 Wide explores a new, more tablet-like design for users who want a larger, more productivity-oriented canvas. The Wide branding itself hints at a broader, more expansive experience when the device is opened, further emphasizing its role as a hybrid between a smartphone and a full-fledged tablet. While specifics around the rest of the hardware, such as the chipset, cameras, battery capacity, and software optimizations, haven't been fully detailed in this particular leak, Samsung traditionally uses its Fold series to showcase cutting-edge components and innovative software experiences. It's reasonable to expect support for advanced multitasking, improved app continuity across the cover and inner displays, S Pen compatibility on at least some models, and enhanced durability for the foldable screen and hinge mechanism. The move to a 4.3 inner display aspect ratio also has important implications for Android app optimization. Many apps are already designed or optimized to work well on tablets and Chromebooks using similar aspect ratios, which could make the Fold 8 wide feel more polished when it comes to layout, scaling, and UI behavior. Paired with Samsung's long-standing work on One UI for large screens, multi-window, and taskbar-like features, the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Wide could emerge as one of the most capable productivity-focused foldables on the market. Still, there are trade-offs. Users who primarily use their foldables for watching movies, streaming shows, and consuming wide video content may find that a 4:3 panel introduces more letterboxing compared to a wider aspect ratio. For those buyers, the standard Galaxy Z Fold 8 might remain the more balanced option, while the wide model is tailored to users who want their foldable to act more like an ultra-portable work and reading device. With Samsung facing not only increasing competition from other Android brands, but also the looming presence of Apple in the foldable and large-screen device space, the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Wide looks like a calculated bet. By combining a slimmer design, tablet-style 4.3 display, and the established Fold ecosystem, Samsung is positioning the Fold 8 Wide as a premium, productivity-driven alternative for users who want more than just a big phone that folds. As the rumored July launch window approaches, more details on specifications, pricing, regional availability, and software capabilities are expected to surface. But if these early leaks hold true, the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Wide could mark a significant evolution in Samsung's foldable lineup, shifting the focus from simply making screens bigger to making them smarter, more ergonomic, and better suited for real-world tasks.